So there's a really specific moment a lot of people hit with their first website. You finally start getting a little traffic, you go to load your homepage to see how it looks, and suddenly it feels like the site is moving in slow motion. And most of the time, that's not because you built something wrong. It's just the reality of shared hosting. It's cheap and easy, but you're basically sharing the same pool of resources with a ton of other sites. So performance can start getting a little inconsistent once your site has any real activity. So in this video, I'll break down what VPS hosting actually is in plain English, what changes when you move from shared to VPS, and the main signs that tell you it's worth upgrading so you get better speed and stability without making things unnecessarily complicated. Now I'll also show you why Hostinger is one of the more reliable and affordable places to start with a VPS, especially if you want something that still feels pretty straightforward to manage. So starting with the basics. VPS just stands for Virtual Private Server, and the easiest way to picture it is renting an apartment inside a larger building. You're still in the same building as other people, but your unit is your unit, and it has its own space, and you're not sharing your living room with your neighbors. And that's basically the idea with VPS hosting. You're on a physical server that other people are also using, but your part of it is separated out, and it comes with its own set of resources that are reserved for you. So instead of fighting other accounts for CPU, RAM, and storage, you've got a defined amount available, which is a big deal once your site starts getting more visitors, or you just want things to stay consistent when traffic jumps around. Now with shared hosting, you can run into this annoying situation where your site slows down even though you didn't change anything, just because another site on the same server suddenly starts using a lot of resources. And that's where shared hosting starts to feel a little clunky, because you're basically at the mercy of whatever else is happening on that machine. With the VPS, that problem is mostly taken off the table because your resources are set aside for you and they stay available, which is why it's usually a pretty big step up in performance and control, especially if you're running multiple sites or you've got an online store where downtime isn't really an option. And the reason VPS can do that is because of virtualization. One physical server, it gets split into multiple isolated environments, and each environment acts like its own server with its own operating system, storage, and resource limits. So even though the hardware is shared behind the scenes, your setup is not getting mixed in with someone else's. And that's what makes a VPS feel a lot like a smaller dedicated server, just without paying dedicated server pricing. Now, if you are looking at Hostinger specifically, their VPS uses KVM virtualization, which is designed to keep those environments properly separated. So your VPS stays isolated and your performance stays consistent. And you can choose the operating system you want to run, like Ubuntu, Debian, or CentOS. Plus, you get full root access, which basically means you can set things up the way you want instead of being limited to whatever a shared hosting plan allows. And if you want to check current pricing or plan options as you're watching, I'll also have those links in the description. Also, if you do want to try out Hostinger, use the link in the description to get yourselves the best possible deal, as well as use our code site starters to get an extra discount. So to make this a little more real, when I first started hosting websites, I also used shared hosting because it was simple, it was affordable, and for a smaller site, it usually gets the job done. But once the traffic started becoming more consistent, I started noticing the same pattern a lot of people run into. Pages felt slower, the site felt less stable during busier times, and it just wasn't as predictable as I wanted it to be. And moving over to a VPS was one of those upgrades where you notice the difference pretty quickly. The site handled higher traffic a lot more comfortably, everything felt more consistent day to day, and I didn't have to worry as much about other sites on the server causing random slowdowns. Now, that's the main reason Hostinger's VPS can be a nice fit for people upgrading from shared hosting, because it gives you that extra performance and stability, but it doesn't feel like you need to be a full-time server admin to use it. Their dashboard is clean and easy to work with, and you can handle a lot of the basics from the control panel, like checking resource usage, managing backups, and doing common server tasks without it feeling overly complicated. And on the hardware side, you're also getting faster storage with NVMe SSDs, along with AMD Epic, which is a big part of why load times and overall responsiveness tend to feel better once you make the jump. It's just a more capable setup for sites that are starting to outgrow the entry-level environment. Now, another big advantage with VPS hosting is that it scales in a way shared hosting just doesn't. So instead of hitting a wall and then having to rethink everything, you can start with a smaller VPS plan and then add more resources later as you need them. And if your traffic spikes or your site starts growing faster than you expected, you can upgrade your CPU or your RAM without having to rebuild the whole setup from scratch. Security is another area where VPS tends to make more sense long-term because your environment is isolated. Other users on the same physical server aren't sitting right on top of your site the way that they are with shared hosting. And Hostinger also includes things like DDoS protection and automated backups, which is always nice because it takes a couple of those extra tasks off of your plate. So the next part is figuring out when an upgrade actually makes sense. Usually it becomes pretty obvious once shared hosting starts feeling inconsistent. If your site is slowing down even after you've done the basic stuff like caching and optimizing images, or you're seeing downtime during busy periods, that's often the sign that you've outgrown the shared environment. And it could also make sense if you're running an online store or anything where you need more control over the server, like custom software, specific configurations, or a setup that shared hosting just won't allow. Now with Hostinger's VPS plans, the transition tends to be pretty straightforward. You get a firewall protection, root access, and support available around the clock if you hit a snag, and you can also pick a server location, which can help with load times depending on where most of your visitors are. Then inside the control panel, you can do things like install your operating system, reboot the server, and keep an eye on resource usage without needing to memorize a bunch of commands just to get going. Of course, a VPS does come with a little more responsibility than shared hosting. You're dealing with updates, server settings, and basic security upkeep, and that's just part of getting more control. But Hostinger does a decent job of making that feel approachable with guided setup, documentation, and an interface that doesn't overwhelm you in the moment you log in. So overall, VPS hosting is usually the next step once your site is starting to feel serious enough that speed and reliability actually matter. It sits in that sweet spot where you get a noticeable boost in performance and control without paying dedicated server pricing. And if you are currently on shared hosting and you are starting to feel those limits, moving to a VPS can be one of the more practical upgrades that you make. And if Hostinger is the option you are considering, it's a solid place to start because it stays pretty user-friendly while still giving you the performance benefits you're actually upgrading for. And that wraps up today's video. I hope you found this helpful. And if you did, then please like and subscribe to see more videos just like this. And as I mentioned earlier, check the links below for the best deals available right now. And you can also use my code SiteStarters for an extra 10% off. Also, if you are interested in working with us or sponsoring a future video, just reach out using the email in the description below. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Finally, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.